Alright guys, I just got back, got the Ranger filled up. Remembered I gotta do some housekeeping type stuff before I get on the tractor. Got my trusty companion, Moose, here. Say hi, Moose. Moose, say hi. Say hi, buddy. So anyway, we gotta go dump out the compost bucket and then go check on the spot where we just set up a camera the other day for a new hunter that I'm gonna have on the property, and see if he's got any feed left out there. And I was thinking he was going to be out today to set up his feeder so he could get it automated, but I guess he may not. He's probably busy today because the weather's nice. He does land clearing work, so he's one of those probably seasonal kind of guys that has to work when the weather's permitting. So anyway, we're going down here by the pond to dump out the compost. And I've got a big pig running around. I'm sure y'all heard me talk about it before. We got a small one on camera the other day, but I'm trying to lure this big one in so that we can get rid of him. So we're gonna go out, we're gonna start baiting him over here by the pond and see if we can get him to come up. He's been up here close before, so he knows about the pond. He wasn't threatened, so hopefully we can get him back pretty easy. So we'll go down here and put this out. I probably won't get to see him today, but if I do, I'll get it on video. I hope I do. That'd be awesome to be able to get it on video. So anyway, ducks just flew off, but we'll get this put out and I'll be back. Down here at the pond, it's looking rough. It's looking real rough. I can't wait till we can start on this project, get that dam all cleared off, start digging this out, back out where it needs to be. The cold, it looks like the cold pretty much zapped my food plot. Hopefully it'll come back, but I'm gonna bait this hog out right here because I can see, if he comes in down here, I can see from the deck up there at the house, up there, I can get a shot on him without spooking him off down here. So I'm gonna put this compost out down here. It's just a bucket of just kitchen scraps, and it's frozen. We put it in the freezer to keep the smell down. It probably won't even be able to dump out right now, but because it is frozen solid. But we've had some, but something's been running around down here, and turn it up. That's probably coyote or maybe one of my dogs. Look at my food plot. It's looking, yeah, well, I still got some stuff right there coming in. So hopefully, I don't know, the cold might have helped it, might have hurt it. I don't know. It's my first time really doing food plots, and I just kind of threw some stuff out. But we're gonna dump this out. Maybe we may have to let it thaw for a little while. I'm gonna just leave that bucket there. So like I said, it's frozen solid. But we're gonna go check this spot over here where we put this stuff out. Come on, Moose. Yeah, it's not for you. You don't want that. Come on, get on the other side. Other side. Come on. Let's go. All right. All right. He is just too excited, aren't you, buddy? Aren't you, buddy? Sit over there. Sit over there. Stay on your side. Stay on your side. You can look at the camera, but stay on your side. The ground seems like it's still kind of hard. From all the freezing we've had, I guess it's at night, it's still getting down into freezing temps. So, stands to reason it's not getting away. It's in the low 60s today. It's already started cooling back off, so when I get on the tractor, it's going to be really cool. I keep getting delayed. I've only got really a half a day, 3/4 of a day to get anything done, because I go back out tomorrow on the road till at least Tuesday. Then I know I'll have something for the end of the week. So kind of hard to pick and choose what you're going to try to get done, but I've got to get started on this fire break thing, but I also got this other stuff I got to do too, so I just wanted to look down here, see if we got any traffic. Down this other trail that we don't go down very often because that's where I want to go. We don't go down it very often because it's still got a lot of cleanup we need to do. Got a lot of trees to trim up, trim back, kind of tight spots. Gotta really watch how you come through it. Bump the trees. Got a lot to clean up on this trail. It's still way overgrown. Hopefully we're going to be working on this spring too. This guy that I'm allowed to hunt, we're kind of doing some trade-off. He's got a lot of expertise in wildlife management and land management, and like college-wise and life experience. So it's kind of I'm allowing him to hunt. He's going to teach me more on wildlife management and help me get this place where I want it to be. Hunting wise, and otherwise, me and the wife, she don't really care for this stuff. She does because she likes seeing the deer. But as far as the doing this kind of stuff, she don't really care for it much. So I put food out here the other day, the same table scraps and stuff, to see, and evidently, oh, there it is. Something, it hadn't got it yet. It did move it because I didn't dump it there. That's not where I dumped it. I don't think. I might have. I don't remember. I got bad memory. Yeah, see, there's some of it. That's where I dumped some of it. I dumped most of it up here, so they must have scooted that over there. Right there. They'll get to it eventually. It was frozen also when I put it out. Come on, get back in here. We're not going nowhere. He's ready to go run. Oh, get it in gear first. Grind them till you find them, right? Yes, I need brakes on this thing bad. I gotta do a major service on it. Soon. Hopefully, third week of February, I've got a whole week off from work. So I'm gonna try to, I'll do some videos on doing the oil change and probably brake service on this thing. Maybe some wheel bearings. I think it needs wheel bearings in it too. And then I will also do one on doing an oil change and service on my tractor because it's due also. It needs it bad. It needs it real bad. So the spot we picked is up here by this tree that's marked with the tape. There it is. Back over in there. See how much traffic we got down here. Moose, get back in. Go back in the Ranger. Get back in there. Load up. Still got some food left. His camera's right there. He's getting me on camera right now. Go, get up there. And we still got food laying on the ground, but they're still, I bet they're still coming in, maybe. So he's got a picture of me. His camera alerts him. It's a cellular camera. He knows I'm down here. Wave at him. Okay, so let's go up to the front of the property. I'm going to show what I'm going to be working on today, and then we'll go get the tractor and get started on it. It's starting to cool off quick, so I want to get going. If I get up early enough tomorrow, I can do some tractor work before I leave because I'm not due out until the afternoon. So, but I am going to try to get as much done as I can today, as long as it doesn't get too cold on me. I don't like doing tractor work in the cold. I don't have a cab on it. It doesn't have a heater. It gets stinking cold. Seems like it's trying to get overcast a little bit. So it's really going to start cooling off. All right, I'm sorry. I just missed all that recording coming up that trail. I didn't even realize it. Anyway, I'm cutting through here to save some time instead of going all the way around. This is a trail, kind of a cut-through trail, looking kind of rough. Looks like it's had a lot of traffic on it, but I haven't been over here in a while. So anyway, this is what I'm going to work on. Well, a lot of this grass is down, so this alleyway through here, our property line is over here to the right, kind of where all this brush is over in here. So this is gonna be our fire break. I'm gonna do a fire break all the way down this, and I'll kind of zoom in so y'all can see it. Down this, what we're gonna do, we're gonna burn off all that tall stuff, and then the new guy is going to come in with his mulcher. He's got one of those big mulchers that goes on a skid steer, and he is going to clear all of these trees except for the big ones that are still alive, like that one. We're going to keep those, but everything else, all the rest of the small trees are going out all the way over to that side trail. And then this is going to be food plotted. I'm going to do a green cover food plot mix that's good for cows and deer, and get this all grown up. I'm gonna get a fence up here. I'm splitting the cost with the neighbor. We talked about it about 5 years ago, and we're just now getting to it because we haven't been able to afford to get somebody to come in and help clean this up. This is expensive to do this stuff. I'm glad I found somebody that's willing to work a deal with me. We're going to trade off some advertisement. But I'm doing this fire break right here because this is a Bermuda hayfield. This is my neighbor's Bermuda hayfield. And I accidentally burnt this off a couple of years ago. And it was really expensive. It burned up one of their hay balers, and I had to pay for it out of pocket. It was like $5,000. I don't want to do that again. And now, I did have a fire break that day when we did that. But if you've ever heard a firefighter or anybody say, fire makes its own wind. And what happened, we had wind coming out of the south, which is that direction. We had wind, it was actually out of the southwest, so it was that direction. It was perfect. It was was blowing back that way, which is the way we wanted it to go. We started the fire down there, and I was up in this area right in here. I was setting up in this tall stuff over to the side because the heat from the fire was so much. The fire was burning back here. I'm setting up in this area on my tractor, and I got a Kubota L3301 that has it's kind of like an incinerator instead of a DEF system. When it does a burn, it's burning all the carbon from the exhaust off, and it gets really hot. The exhaust gets really hot, and they'll tell you in the owner's manual, don't have it parked in a shop or in a barn or any enclosed space or in any tall grass when it starts to do a burn because of potential for fire. Well, let me tell you, that is true, because I was sitting here in this tall grass, and at the time this grass was about 1.5 feet high, so it was coming up to the bottom of the tractor, and I sitting there watching my actual fire, and I started getting really hot on the tractor. I didn't hear it go into a burn because I had the idle set was up really high on it, because I was ready to run with it in case the fire got out of hand. I had a box plate on the back. I was ready to run to help put the fire out if I needed to. If it jumped my fire break that was across here. My fire break was about 15 feet wide. Sorry, I had to pick up a water bottle. My fire break was about 15 feet wide. And anyway, my tractor went into a burn, and it caught the grass on fire underneath me, and the flames come out both sides. Well, my big fire that we had burning, this thing, we had flames that were 30 feet high, and it made its own wind, meaning it started pulling wind from in the trees back to the west. Now it started pulling out of the east back to the west, and out of the southeast to the northwest. So the fire that my tractor had just started took off and went across this field, and this field was really thick with a thatch layer and all that, and it was hot. You talk about a hot fire. It was so hot that when the fire trucks got here, that they couldn't hardly get close enough to it with the pumper trucks to fight it. They were having to speed into it really fast and kind of cut big circles, cut big hoops to get into it, shoot it with some water, get away from it, and then come back around and do it again. And so it took a while. We ended up there was 7 brush trucks, 2 tankers, and an engine from Ardmore, or I can't remember if it was Ardmore or Lone Grove, that come out because this fire was so hot that they were wetting all the grass down in front of it, which normally fire departments don't do that, because you fight the fire, you're not fighting in front of it. Sometimes you do, like on forest fires, wildland fires, you'll fight in front of it to slow it down, and that's what they were trying to do. That's the only thing they could do to get it into some wet grass, to try to slow it down, and that's what finally worked. It was like a circus, like a rodeo out here with them circling around trying to hit the flames with the water and not get burned up at the same time. It was hot. I'm telling you, it was hot. So anyway, we're back at the tractor. I'm gonna get it going, and so we can go get some tractor work done.
Come with a tilt bar that goes right here. Or an anti-tilt bar. It's really down on, but mine got ripped off. Hard to farm work. The plant came loose one day and it fell down. And I didn't realize I wanted to show it down. It got ripped off. So anyway, this one's good. The attitude adjustment. Do that. Don't move too far with it. I've got to get a quick attach on here again. I had one with the Harbor Freight Specials and they're kind of flimsy. It worked good for a couple of years, but it just, I can't remember what attachment I was using that got bent. This sure makes, not having it makes changing implements a pain in the butt. But it is what it is for now. I'll get one this spring or summer. Put that in the top of my work list. This is just kill fire. Take your time. Those things are, the quick attaches are kind of expensive. When it comes down to it, come on. Why is that? It's not wanting to hit that switch. Yeah, see, I'm pivoting on that guard back there. It come on. It's got it bound up. So I'm gonna have to got a kill switch on it. So the tractor won't move if you're not on it. Safety stuff. But as you can see, there are ways to bypass it temporarily. Just be careful. I don't advocate but you don't do it in circumstances. You could run over your foot.
tractor could get away from you. So don't do that at home. All right, now we'll hook this up. This thing is really tough to hook up without a quick attach because it's heavy. Most systems are heavy, but this is really heavy. Back in my younger days, I could pick it up, just muscle it around where I needed to. Not so much anymore. I got a bad back, so I have to be careful with what I do. Every time we're going to try to quick attach, it already be hooked up. We're going down the trail. Something I forgot was my pressure wrench. But this has to be turned in. I don't know what to do with my pressure wrench. Actually, I do know. In the shop on that trailer because we were working on the other day. But get that. Maybe alright. May not need to adjust it. Drag it in. Alright. Let's see if we can get in without knocking the camera over. It's just sitting on the brush hog. If I had my BFH, this would be a lot easier. Those of y'all that don't know what a BFH is, that's a big freaking hammer. Yeah, I might have to adjust that drawbar. It's way too far off.
Maybe, well, I don't know.
Let's see. It's not even picking up the back of the brush hog yet. So that presents a problem.
Alright, we're gonna go down to the house, get my crescent wrench.
And then we'll adjust this thing. All right. Try to get this line back up. The reason I'm loosening this side off is because when I had this picked up, you can't see it on the camera or from that direction, but the brush hog is sitting tilted like this. So if I loosen this side, I can swing it that way with that side. So that side doesn't need to come out, this side does. So that's why I'm doing it. My next tractor, this is all gonna be hydraulic. I got a buddy that's got one that's got, his is hydraulic. His is so, makes it so easy to hook stuff up that it just takes seconds to do it. So if you're looking to buy a tractor, you got the option to put that on there. It's a hydraulic, I can't remember what they call it, the hydraulic back end. This is hydraulic, it adjusts in and out hydraulically, and I think those adjust in and out hydraulically, so you can adjust your swing of your, just the swing of your implement back and forth. But you don't want them, you definitely don't want them loose, because when you're out doing stuff, you don't want your brush hog swinging back and forth. So you gotta get it on here. That's why I want a quick attach also, because I can set that and forget it. It'll stay tight. All I may have to adjust is this to adjust the tilt front to back, depending on what implement I have on. Like if I have the tiller, it's got to be adjusted way out. If I have this, I got to adjust it way in. But that's no big deal. This, if you can set this and forget it, then you're not having to do all this. You won't have to fight it. So if you're looking at buying a tractor, and you can get the quick attaches anywhere. Your Kubota dealer has them. Harbor Freight has them. Harbor Freight ones, like I said, are cheap, and they're only about $50 or $100 less than what they are at the dealership, wherever you buy a tractor, which are heavier duty, or you can buy them online. I'm gonna go get the faith if I can find it. But when you can't find the tool, when you own property, you'll find that you can't find the proper tool for the job because you've used it somewhere else and left it somewhere. My BFH is actually down at the other project down at the pond, where we were putting the water fence and all that, trying to block up the sediment going in the pond. So you make do. So I got my Maddox, it's heavy. Use it. Put your foot on it, because when you hit it, it wants to bounce back. And you'll hit it an eighth of an inch, it'll come back a quarter of an inch. So put your foot on it, keep it from bouncing back. Just don't hit your foot. All I gotta do is get far enough to get the pin in it. And then I'll start the tractor, lift it up, let it recenter, then I can adjust it.
bit. So I'll adjust that over. And climb up on your tractor to look at it to get the center. Looking down here, you get an optical illusion. Sorry, I had to start my butt for that. But stand up on the tractor, you can see it better. It's not super critical. It may be, but I don't think it is. The other thing, look at the height. This and that side going this way. Make sure you're level, and I'm not. I'm higher. I don't know if you can see it here, but I'm higher on the right side. It could be the way this wheel is. We'll zoom out. I'll zoom out. Could be this wheel. Get this lined up straight like that. Straight-ish. Thing I don't like about this Land Pride brush hog is this needs to have bearings in it, and it doesn't. It's just in that piece of pipe right there, and it's got a grease cert. Can't keep grease in it. This gets bent because it binds up. You can grease it every 30 minutes while you're using it, and it won't matter. It's still gonna get bound up. But yeah, see, I'm higher on the right side. You can see right here how this is higher than this side right here on the tire. You use that as your reference. You can see it's up like this. So with that, it's only adjustable on one side right here. But I'll adjust that in a minute after I get this adjusted. You got a lot of slack on this side, there's none on that side. That's the side I loosened off. So I will loosen this off. It's a pain because there's no room to get in there and get the leverage you need. Because those if these aren't really tight, they will vibrate loose, and then your adjustment will go out while you're using the implement. So it's a pain in the butt. Do it this way. Guys, I'm new to this YouTube stuff, and like I've said in other videos, or you'll hear in other videos, is that I'm doing this to journal, just do like a video journal of our journey to get this property to where we dreamed of it being when we bought it. And property ownership is great. It's a great feeling to know that in a mere, let's see, 25 more years, or no, 15 more years, because we only did a 20 place. And in a mere 15 years, this place will be ours. As much as it can be, because we'll still have to pay property taxes on it, unfortunately. You never truly own a piece of property, because you still have to pay property taxes every year. And they're not cheap by any means. They're about a payment and a half. So you gotta think about paying your daggone property taxes, even after the property's paid off. It's never truly paid off because you owe the government. But to have a place like this, I'm not paying rent, but the other joys of ownership are you're responsible for all maintenance on the property. You don't have a landlord you can call. I can't call my banker and tell them, hey, I got a water leak, or hey, the roof got damaged in the storm, come fix it. No. When you own property, it's all on you. or your insurance company, if they even cover it. That's a whole nother debate that we'll get into later. Let's move you all over here. So when we started this, it was like 1:30 when I was going to town to get gas for the side-by-side. We're after 4 o'clock now, so you have like maybe an hour and a half, maybe, or hour to do this brush hogging, which really sucks because I was wanting to get more done today, but it is what it is. At least I got the brush hog hooked up now. I'm not gonna get as much done as I wanted to, but I'll still get as much as I can done. And honestly, with that not being very tall out there, it won't take very long to get it brush hogged. It's just a matter of getting out there and do it. I'm doing this first because I'm gonna cut it real short, and then I'm hoping the wind will blow this week, blow all that grass away, because next weekend or the next day I have off that's nice, I'm gonna put the tiller back on, and I'll go out there and I'll till it to make my fire lane, make my fire break. Because I've only got like 3 weeks before my vacation week, and I want to get that done. I got to make sure I'm ready that week, so whatever day the weather's permitting, I go off the weather. I don't go off of what's convenient to me. I make sure the wind's cooperating. I look at the weather forecast, make sure the wind's not going to change halfway through the day, because it takes probably 8 or 9 hours to do that burn till it's down to where it's just smoldering. Once it's smoldering, I'm not worried about it all that much, other than it's just really dry right now. But hopefully, normal years, by the 3rd week of February, the grass has started greening up a little bit, meaning that field next door will start greening up, hopefully, if we get some rain. If we could get some rain the weekend before I do the burn would be great. Then I wouldn't have to worry about it as much. But that burn takes 8 to 10 hours to do it, and that's not wanting to turn. I do not want to drop down. That's another reason, if you get a tractor, I'll tell you this, you're looking at buying land, get the tractor and everything, that's what I recommend. One of the first things that you want to build is a barn or lean-to, somewhere to keep it out of the weather. It's it's off the ground. You guys get back here. It doesn't take a lot of time. Now we'll drop all this back down. And I always carry a crescent wrench and a pair of channel locks on my tractor, because you never know when you're going to be out in the field and need it. You don't want to have to come all the way back to the shop to get it. So if you've got a way, I thought about building a little toolbox, and I did have one on here at one time, but it was plastic. I need a metal one, a little toolbox to go right here. It's perfect for putting tools in, extra pins, lock pins, these little foot pins. You want lots of extras. They carry those at Harbor Freight. It's cheap. You can buy a whole container of them. They're all different sizes. There we go. All right. Woo. Okay, let's get ready to roll. We'll see if we can get some things done in an hour. Okay, we're back here on the back, and making this fire break back here. This is that Chinese place. Look how nasty this place is. This is not my property. I'm tired of their garbage getting all over my place, so I'm coming back here. I'm gonna build this fire break because I don't want to burn it down. Have to be for the beds and the Chinese government. Gotta get that garbage and freaking blowing everywhere. And for people being back here stealing stuff. There's a T-post that just ran over. Out of my way. So I'm trying to push it out my way so I don't run over with my car car. Should have it going because sometimes people back here stealing stuff, a bunch of crackheads, they get back here, start stealing things. They usually always have to go back here. So, you know, South Lake first. I'll show y'all everything when I get done. Alright y'all, it's starting to get dark on me. I've about got this shit done. I'm going to try to get on the other side over there. By that line. Before it gets completely dark. But this is how it looks right now. Headed that way. I've got a couple more strips to do on up here towards the front. Over the other side. Try to get this brush on the thing before dark so that when I get back from my run this week, I can get the filler back back on and come out and fill this up and get some sidewalks done. I actually got more done today than I thought I would. That's just how it is. That's the joy of running the property. You get roadblocks, trying to fix stuff up, fix the quick mess, get some advice, like I was saying earlier. If you can afford to take in for a couple $100, I'm actually tonight I'm going to go online and look for one. I'm also going to call some over here tomorrow. If they get me one, so I'm tired of fighting this. Since I've been without one, I've got to get another one. So we can see the process up on temporary attachments. Because what I do out here, what we're doing with the property, is not typical tractor work. We're out here trying to clean this kind of stuff up. So I need to change the attachment. So that's what I'm looking to do. And if I can spend $200 or $300 and it saves me 30-45 minutes with my time, because I have so little time off every week, that's worth it to me. You've got more time than that, it may not be worth it. It's worth it to me. I'm actually going to look at, hopefully get more purchase in the next couple of weeks. So that I make it quicker like it used to be. But I'll show y'all this when I get it done, when I get done brush off before I kill it. And like I said, I'll be out there. So that's good. Fire can't, if the fire does come across it, after I kill it, fire can't come across it. There'll be too much. This'll all turn to sand. That's what this is going to do. This will turn to sand. That's one reason I want to do a cover crop also, because this is sandy soil. And doing cover crops will help that. It'll actually put it back in the soil. And doing it the regenerative way, without spraying, without chemicals. The only chemical I'm going to use is compost tea, or compost extract, probably coming from my worms, from my vermicompost, because I don't have a compost pile going right now. But compost tea, compost extract, that's the only chemical we use on this property. And it's not even a chemical, it's water. It's water with the bioactivity in it, the biological activity in it. And I will show the transformation of this in future videos. Remember, if y'all like watching these kind of videos, please like and share, subscribe to the channel. It's going to be a journey of transforming all of this into y'all will see this transformed into a premium green field. Once we start doing the cover crops and rotate the cattle on it, I'm going to get a few cows, hopefully this year, and maybe next year, but hopefully this year. And we're going to turn this into a primo property, even though it's only 80 acres. I'm going to say, because I know the kind of deer that are in the area, I'm going to say within the next 18 months, I'll say 18 months, we're going to have 18 months to 2 years, we're going to have some of the best looking deer in Oklahoma on this property, because for one thing, animals can tell when stuff has been sprayed with chemicals. They're not going to want to be out there in that. That is sprayed. They put gopher pellets out. They spray that with ammonium, and it's strong when they spray it. They spray it with glyphosate, with Roundup, basically. Palm State. The neighbors across the street do the same thing. I've got to talk to them again this year because they got a new manager. And he doesn't have a clue when to spray. The other manager would work with me. He wouldn't spray in the winter anymore, so we could just like this. These guys, I had to talk to them again. Well, I talked to them about this fence I'm going to put up. But I'm going to run my cattle over here in this area. When we get this all cleaned up, I'm going to be rotating my cows through this area. I'm estimating I gotta do a satellite measurement on this. I'm thinking it's about 10 acres of this strip through here. I don't know. I got to do the math on it and see. But get away from the chemicals. You'll see a difference in your ecosystem. You'll see a difference in your health. Yeah, we're still having other health issues from the house, mold in the house, but that'll be on a different episode. We'll highlight that in a different video and describe more about that. Well, there's not a lot we can talk about right now because we're tied up in a lawsuit on that. So, but all this came about from health issues with the family, health issues with us, and we're going all natural. And this is part of the joys of land ownership. This is the work involved in getting there. So, if y'all like these videos, like I said, like them, share them, subscribe to the channel. There's a lot more to come.